Cheers. I should have fucking switched it around. Alright. I forgot what I fucking missed. That tastes delicious. Christ. I love wine. November 18th, 2017. And it's almost 8 o'clock right now. 7:58, actually. But the reason I want to make this is yesterday marked the 2-month anniversary for me not having any alcohol at all. It's been very cool to experience this. This is the longest time I've been without alcohol in such a long time. And so I just wanted to share and document a few things around the topic. So first things first, for me it was like a little crutch. Like when at night I would like be, oh, things are going tough, let's have a glass of wine. And I don't really think that it's the best way to do that, because it's just in a way of avoiding what I actually want to face. And it ended up being like a little crutch. Even though it was like only a glass or two, it just didn't feel like it was serving its purpose anymore. So I dropped temporarily, and so I just paused wine for 2 months because of it. It didn't start out like that. It actually started with me looking at wine, and then I was like, I'm just gonna go in this room here. It started with me being just okay with not drink. Like, I just had this natural inclination to not drink wine for probably the first 3 weeks or whatever. I just felt like it wasn't in my best interest to drink any wine after. It was, September 17th was the last time I had any. Was it 6? No, it's 16th. September 16th was the last time I had any. This is wine, just any alcohol whatsoever. So it was just like, it felt like it was becoming a crutch, and I think that's true for many people, but they're just not willing to admit that to themselves. And I highly recommend you just look yourself in the mirror and just ask yourself if you're taking too much drugs, whether that's like marijuana or maybe you're. It sounds so sophisticated. It's not sophisticated, but it sounds way too intense when I call it marijuana. So if you're like smoking weed, if you're drinking, having a few brews, having a few glasses of wine, it's just be cautious of how you are consuming it or how much, and take note if it is an avoidance thing. Odds are it probably is, quite frankly, but you should really take the time to actually look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, like, is this something that is really serving me or not? And the second thing is like speed. It just slows you down so much. And I say I'm more so talking to me. I mean, maybe there are cases where it's not going to slow you down, but the reality is it's basically what it's doing. It's I forget what the word for it is, but these things are basically designed to give us some sense of escapism, so we can escape reality temporarily, which is fine, but overdoing it is not fine, and it's quite detrimental. So I felt like wine as a whole just completely slows me down. I think that's true with like anything else. These things are, too much of them will dramatically slow me down, and I'm really, I don't really have anything else to add on there other than it really just does slow us down when we're on a roll. Having that wine, having that beer, having that weed, what have you. It's just, and I don't smoke weed, by the way. Haven't smoked weed in fucking like 4 years or something like that. But yeah, it's just, yeah, it's very, very interesting to watch how many people are not paying attention to this and just let themselves be totally controlled by alcohol, by weed, by whatever, and they're not paying attention to how much is slowing them down, how much is hindering their progress, all that stuff. It's too much of the escapism is just not a good thing. And yes, escapism I think is important, but again, just too much of it. It's like there's this fine balance, and in the middle is all the magic. And yeah. So I'm not really sure. Like there's part of me that does want to go have a drink right now because I have completed my 2 months. Wasn't actually a goal up until like I just said fuck it. I was like, why not just complete the 2 months? And as I completed that yesterday, I am now quote unquote eligible to have a drink. So I might do that and just test out what it actually feels like, because it's been a while. Yeah, what else do I have to add? And also, do you? I'm kind of just, there's a little bit of preaching going on here. I guess just do whatever the fuck you want, but know that cause and effect. It's an input produces an output. It's the shit isn't accidental. Like, just be aware that you're putting something in your body. You're going to get something out. And also, like, too much of alcohol, I cannot stand the stupidness I see within myself and others. Like, I couldn't tell you the last time I was drunk. It just I don't like that anymore. And so many people are out to get fucked up because they don't actually, like, enjoy their lives enough, so they are a hardcore escapism, where they're just trying to escape from themselves because, I don't know, maybe they don't love themselves. Maybe there's so many different reasons, and everyone's got their thing, but I have zero interest in getting fucked up and super drunk or whatever. I mean, I think a nice buzz is okay. I think that's a good medium. But I think being sober is completely underrated too. I get the most pleasure from fucking coding. And not even so much coding, just like when I'm on purpose, when I'm doing things that are related to my purpose and directly aligned with my goals, my purpose, my mission, my path, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The point is growth. The point is action. The point is improvement, all that jazz. And I just think that too much of the escapism is an absolute problem. Yeah. So those are my thoughts right now on this whole like 2 month thing. Towards the end, I was like, a little bit of me is like, yeah, I'd like some wine right now. But not that much, which is super nice to think about. Yeah, I'm proud of myself that I did this. It's cool to like do these little tests when we feel like it's becoming a crutch. It's always interesting to watch to see if we can overpower it. And I definitely can. I have a tremendous willpower, and discipline is just world class, quite frankly. Or not maybe world class, but fuck, it is lethal and continues to get even better all the time, which I'm grateful for. But yeah, I don't have anything else to add, so that's going to be the end of this. My name is Josh Moxey, and I appreciate you watching or listening. Thanks. It's always interesting because as soon as I turn off the video, extra ideas always flow. So one thing, it always makes me laugh when people start talking about how people who don't, how does this go? Basically, like when people say you basically need alcohol to have fun, that is the stupidest shit of all time. It just is. I just know it's alcohol probably causes me in the net score. Like I'm more happier when I'm sober than when I am drinking. I don't turn into. I don't turn negative. It's just there's like this voice in the back of my head that knows that I should probably not be drinking. Yeah, so that's one thing. Another thing is like I always laugh at this drugs versus alcohol conversation. I'm 100% on team alcohol, but if I was to choose one or the other, as of right now that is, but I think they're both pretty fucking stupid if overly consumed. And I think that's the main problem that we should be debating instead of which is better. And there's so many different variables that go into each category. So anyways, that's it for my thoughts. I think I should be done this time, but yeah. I think, and there is my glass of wine. Interestingly enough, an observation was like, as I was pouring it for my first class, I was like, it almost like my hand wanted to pour more than the one class, which is interesting. I stopped myself, but yeah, thought that was just fascinating to observe. Anyways, that's me out, and cheers. Should have fucking swished it around. Alright. I forgot what I fucking missed. That tastes delicious. Christ. I love wine. I haven't said that in so long because I've literally just forgot about it. That's cool. Yeah. Good stuff. Back on the wine train. Just gonna take it way easier this time though. Like, it slows down the brain so much. But it's cheat day right now, and I'm just like, I'm going to be mentally dead after I eat fries and everything, so I don't feel that bad about it. So, yes. Thank you for watching, listening. Lots of love. I'm out.